The sea has always been a place of mystery, a world where storms come without warning, where monsters may still hide in the depths, and sometimes ships sail without a soul on board. This is the terrifying and unsolved mystery of the Mary Celeste, a ghost ship found drifting alone in the Atlantic Ocean in 1872. A ship still intact, yet completely abandoned. What happened to its crew? Where did they go? And why has no one ever seen them again? It began like any ordinary voyage. On November 7th, 1872, the Mary Celeste set sail from New York City, bound for Genoa, Italy. On board were 10 souls: Captain Benjamin Briggs, his wife Sarah, their 2-year-old daughter Sophia, and a crew of 7 experienced sailors. The ship carried a cargo of 1,701 barrels of industrial alcohol. The skies were clear and the winds favorable. There was no indication that this journey would end in horror. Nearly a month later, on December 5th, a British ship, the Dei Grazia, was sailing through calm Atlantic waters, about 400 miles east of the Azores Islands. On the horizon, they spotted another vessel. It was the Mary Celeste drifting silently. At first, they thought it might be in distress. But as they drew closer, they noticed something strange. No one was waving. No one was steering. The sails flapped lazily in the wind. There was only silence. A boarding party from the Dei Grazia climbed aboard the Mary Celeste. What they found chilled them to the bone. There was no one on deck, no one in the cabins. The ship was seaworthy, with no major damage. The food supply was plentiful. The crew's clothes were neatly folded. The captain's logbook was still on his desk, last updated just 10 days earlier. But there was no sign of the captain, his wife, their child, or any of the crew. It was as if they had simply vanished. The only thing that seemed to be missing was the lifeboat. The ropes hung loose from the side of the ship where it had once been secured. But why would they abandon a perfectly sound vessel in calm seas? There were no signs of violence, no blood, no broken furniture, not even signs of struggle. Everything was still. The cargo, barrels of alcohol, were mostly intact, but a few had leaked. Some have speculated that the crew feared an explosion from the fumes. But if that were the case, wouldn't they have returned when the ship didn't explode? And what about their belongings? Their boots? Their journals? Even the ship's chronometer and sextant were left behind. These were essential tools for navigation. No captain would abandon them without cause. In the years that followed, theories began to swirl, each one stranger than the last. Was it pirates? There was no robbery. A mutiny? But there was no struggle. A sudden storm? The weather had been clear. Some spoke of a sea monster rising from the depths. Others blamed spirits, or curses, or something far older than man. One theory suggested the alcohol fumes caused hallucinations, panic, a forced evacuation. But that doesn't explain the chilling calmness of the scene. No one screamed. No one ran. They simply disappeared. The Mary Celeste was eventually towed to port. Investigations were launched. Suspicion even fell on the Dei Grazia crew, who discovered her. But nothing could be proven. The ship sailed again under different captains, but was said to bring bad luck to every man who tried to tame her. In 1885, her final owner deliberately wrecked her off the coast of Haiti in an insurance scam. It was the end of the cursed vessel, but not of the mystery. Over 150 years later, the fate of the Mary Celeste crew remains one of the most chilling, unsolved mysteries of the sea. There were no storms, no pirates, no signs of terror, just a ship drifting through the waves, abandoned, timeless, cursed. And somewhere, out there, the ocean still holds the truth buried deep beneath the silence of the sea. What do you think happened to the crew of the Mary Celeste? Drop your theories in the comments below. And if you're brave enough, subscribe for more real-life horrors and unsolved mysteries from the shadows of our world.